As you can see, these gazebos or pergolas or whatever they're called, with play equipment and so on. And I went off here yesterday, up a little rise here, and there's a roundabout just out on the road there, so I went around it as I'm going to do today and just came back down again. .31 kilometres, 5.31. Maybe just go back the way I came, and hopefully I'll be right for the distance. It's starting to rain, not too heavily, just enough that it might put some raindrops on the camera and blur the footage a bit. Obviously not much I can do about that. You know, my thumb going across the lens. In any case, no sooner had I done it, there'd be more water there. This is, as you can see, a nice flat section. I don't have to do too much thinking about what's the strategy here, how do I get around this bit, other than just putting one foot in front of the other, keep going. And if I weren't making video and talking to you, I'd be thinking that in my head, saying this is the easy section. You can only run 5k, not hard. Just keep going, and so that's what I'm going to try and do. And I know I've got that Tones Road hill to get up. Try not to think too much about it till I get to it, but I know it's there. It's good that there is this facility here with this track. I don't know how it came about or how long it's been here and all that, but there are people who live here who, like that gentleman we just saw, come out and do their morning walks around here. Here we walk their dogs. People like me who run, cyclists, all sorts of people who use this sort of facility. So it's good that it's here. There is, I don't know if you're only interested very much in local government, but in Brisbane, I don't know how big the area is, but there is only one council, the Brisbane City Council, as opposed to, say, Sydney, that has, I don't know how many councils, but an awful lot. And I guess the benefit of one council is there's only one body trying to raise your money through rates and whatever, but there's only one body that has to decide, well, how are we going to spend our money this year? What are we going to do? build more cycleways, put more playgrounds in, whatever it is that they decide to do. And I guess, I don't know a lot about it up here, but I guess subject to the rules and procedures and laws of the state government, planning laws and so on, there's only one council that's got to give approval for a planning development or development of any sort, rather than in Sydney where one council might say, no, we don't approve that thing for whatever reason, and the next council, maybe not even on the other side of the same road, will say, oh yeah, it's okay here, or the other way around. The council approves it, and the citizens say, we don't want that in our street, we don't want that in our backyard, and the developer has chosen that particular spot because maybe the land was available in the first place. So that would be one reason. And secondly, they know that that particular council would approve of it, whereas the one across the road won't. I'm sure there are arguments both ways. One council, lots of different councils, but it seems to be on the agenda of state governments everywhere to amalgamate councils, to have fewer of them and even administer larger areas. They would say, well, you get economies of scale and technology these days, not necessary to have a council office in every city or town and so on, and that may be true. I know that in Tasmania, for example, there are about 500,000 people. There are 29 councils, and that's down from the days when there used to be 44 of them. So you could potentially see an argument for there being less councils, and fewer councillors to administer a particular area. And that's certainly happened in New South Wales, where, starting with the government of Mike Baird, so that's 2 premiers ago, the government embarked on a program of council amalgamations and paid or offered all sorts of grants and incentives for councils to amalgamate, and for the most part the citizens just went along with it, whether they agreed with it or not, because they felt powerless. Come back to that point in a moment. Going up the other side of the Tones Road hill, past those first white markers, I know there's this lot here, then there's another lot. There's 3, and there's some more ahead. Morning, and then the road curves away to the left, up the hill a bit more. I just keep looking at the white markers and saying, we'll get that far and then we'll see. Get that far and we'll see. And so made this lot. And I'm not setting any great pace. I'm just interested in getting up here. I look down a little bit. Even though they say, you know, run tall, keep your head up, the airway open. I look down a little bit so I don't get daunted by how far it is, how steep it is. Made this pole. Feels it. I'm almost on the top of it. And it's starting to level out before sloping back down. Oh, getting back to that council amalgamation thing, New South Wales government in the southwest of the state amalgamated two council areas, Cootamundra and Gundagai councils, both based in the towns of those names. Those towns are a fair distance apart. One is on the Hume Highway, motorway, whatever it's called, to Melbourne, and the other's a good distance inland, and they seem to have nothing in common. Right, so we're down the other side of Tones Road Hill now. You can see what I had to run up before, down to the blue car there. The two council areas seem to have nothing in common, not even geography, other than both being in New South Wales. And the citizens of both areas were mighty upset about it. And they carried on a campaign to demerge the councils. And I believe, I'm willing to be corrected, and I believe that they were successful in that the government accepted that its decision was wrong, and accepted that it served neither community well, because obviously if the centre of the government or the council was in one, and people did need to conduct business with the council where they need to go face to face and meet councillors and explain their plans or whatever, it was a long drive. And so I think that the councils were demerged is the word they used. So I guess citizen power can sometimes work. So we're back at the bottom of Tones Road and go around the side of the East Mount Gravatt Junior Rugby League Football Club grounds and under the Wagga Road Bridge. And for the most part, the track is pretty flat like it is at the moment. Might be one or two smallish rises, but no steep hills like Tones Road. When I get around to editing this footage, I'm using a computer that my son has loaned me. Long story, mine died and I'm in discussions with the retailer about replacement since it, after only about 15 months, the computer gave up the ghost with overheating. So I'm using a computer my son has loaned me. It's a, I don't know, about a ThinkPad or something. Doesn't matter what the brand is, but it has that video editing software Clip Champ, and I'm not all that familiar with it. My own computer just has another thing called Video Editor, which I use, and to be honest, I'm more familiar with Windows Movie Maker, which I think they stopped putting in as part of Windows and about Windows XP, which I have a desktop that still runs. They haven't supported that for about 10 years. Anyway, to get to the point, I don't know this Clipchamp thing that well, and I can't always get right what I want to do. But I'll separate these clips so that you get the first 5k and then the second 5k for the return leg. So if you're keen to do a vertical run on your treadmill, you get 2 chances perhaps, or if you're really keen, do it all in one go if you've got that amount of time. And I'll hopefully get it uploaded to my channel today or tomorrow. Now, I don't spend a lot of time with fancy effects and everything. I just cut out the bits that I don't need you to see, or I think they call it trim the clip, so you get 5k out and the 5k in. That should be about 30 minutes, by the way. And then sometimes I try to put a title on the screen. One of the things that is very fiddly with that Clipchamp, and I never seem to be able to do it very well. Whereas with the video editor software that I have on my computer, you can actually put a title screen in separately. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Get it up, and hopefully some people will enjoy some of it or all of it, and some of you might even comment. A very light sprinkling of rain. It's just enough to sort of cool it down a bit, and enough to feel yourself getting a bit wet, but not drenched and not uncomfortable. That's just 9 kilometres, I think, or it might say 8, I can't be sure, in 6 minutes and 30. Not a very good time, I realise that. I know I'm out running during the week. I wouldn't say it's not about time. You always want to run a good time and set a good pace for yourself. But it's all about the training and getting the distances in your legs. There are those who argue run slow to run faster. I don't know if that's true or not. For me, I just go out and I have in my head a map of the route I'm going to run, and I try to run that distance. And yes, I'd like to do it within a certain time. For example, this turns out to be 10k. Then I'd like to say I ran it in less than an hour. That was my best time, personal best, PB as we say in Australia. I think in our American audience they say PR, personal record or something, is 57 something, which, whilst not great, I think it's pretty good for a bloke my age. And for those who are interested, I'm 69, turning 70 in May this year. So I want to run a good time, but it's more about saying, look, you mapped out a route that you said was going to be 10k, and you're going to run 10k, and that's what I want to do. Hopefully I achieve that, and then the plane's getting a bit heavier now. You can hear it in the microphones. I'll be able to see it. I can certainly feel it. When I go to the park on Saturday, I've got those distances in my legs for the week, and so the psychological barrier of saying, well, 5k, gee, that seems like a lot. You know it's not, because you've run 10k or more several times during that week, so you know you're going to be able to do it. And my pace on a Saturday is usually faster, and in the 5 something as opposed to the 6 something on runs like this. Again, this is Broadwater Park, and my grandson was younger. He just turned 14. This one, when he was younger, we had a couple of his birthday parties up here, and you can't see them, but there are some shelters up there and play equipment, and I think even barbecues. That was a good spot. Very popular for birthday parties. I think it's a case of first in, best dressed when it comes to the shelters. There's no booking them or reserving them. About to go under the Mount Gravatt Capalaba Road. Went under earlier. They're almost home. It's interesting how much heat is trapped under these bridges. When you come between them like that, or either side of them, I'd say it's a degree or two cooler than under the bridge, because see the heat builds up in the concrete during the day, and although it's given off at night, it doesn't go anywhere because it can only go into the concrete of the bridge. Well, it looks like only 9 k's. I very much doubt that we're going to make the 10 today. Oh well. Made a miscalculation somewhere. I'll go around that first loop again, which is about 490 metres, I think, plus whatever the distance is from the 9k marker back to where that loop begins. A couple hundred metres maybe, and maybe we'll just go very close to the 10. Probably should have done another loop around that oval or around that park at the end of the course, rather than just loop around to that roundabout and go back again. Probably should have done another full loop, but we'll see. If I get in under the hour, won't mean much if it's not the full 10. I'm also no under the hour, not necessarily a great time. I know people who run 10 in 38 minutes and so on. I think it's pretty good for me. Alright, so we're 9.43 to here. I'm going to go around this way. I claim it's about 490 metres. I might just make it to 9.9 something. Past this couple in front of you earlier. She's got her umbrella up now, he's carrying his. Thank you. .72 to here, so it's only about 300 metres there. So I'm going to go around the back of the dog park here, try and get up to the 10k distance. I don't like running on the grass so much, it's just exercise to run to your feet, but ground's a bit more uneven. and there's a chance of tripping over a tree root or falling in a divot or something or other. That's never happened to me, but there's always a chance. Reached my daily step target. That's good. I can't tell you what it is at the moment, but I've reached it. .91. And there goes the 10 just there. That last lap in 6.25. Nothing to crow about, but I made the 10 and that's all that matters. This little opening up the street here. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's virtual run, and if you're on your treadmill, I hope you get a good workout. Talk to you again when I'm making another video, which I'm not sure when it'll be. That's soon.